we gon' rise and in the jungle we unite and tripping orange and black and white. All day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Now who got them, who rockin' on? Now who wanna move crossing on? Now who wanna move out on? If you got stripes and you let the city know you rock them, yeah we got them, yeah we fought them. Like that black and orange up on them, single bottle, never stop it. To the beast and know them. Who they rockin' with the diamond stripes, flossing on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen, we gon' show the world who king. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black and white.
Welcome to Bengals and Brews. I am Dell and joined by Big Savage Greg and the Mayor of Port Chopolis.
Hi. Hi,
What's
how
up,
are
Del?
you? What's going on, man? I was sleeping. I woke up to some good news.
Yeah, we got an extension done. Big extension. One we've been waiting on. No, it wasn't Jamar Chase.
It was
Money Mac.
Yes. But what's that say? That says
Chase,
Mikey said we don't work on contracts during the season. We do it in the off season. Well, Mikey, he's showing us that he's dishing out pie. It's still the off season. He's signing contracts, so that's good news.
3 years, $16.5 million, so a little over $5 million per year. Works for me, right? $5.5 million a year. Sounds good. I think that's where he's at. He's a great kicker. He's been consistent, clutch, accurate, and hit the deep ones. Nothing to really complain about with Money Mac. Great kicker. Glad to have that deal done. And now hopefully we can turn our attention and they can get something done with Chase maybe this year because you're going to have to pay him eventually. So the sooner you can pay him to me, the sooner that money can be on there and you can have it accounted for the future years.
Where do you rank Evan McPherson in kickers? Top what? Top 3, top 5, top 2?
I'd say at least top 5. I mean, kickers, man. It almost seems like
one, right?
Yeah.
So
and you could argue after that you could say he's 2,
Yeah.
I mean, there's plenty of other guys in different years. It seems like some guys kick better than others. McPherson's been super consistent, and that's why I think, for me personally, he's in the top 3. And I couldn't even tell you who I'd have it 2, so it's probably him. And that's being a homer maybe, but I just like him that much.
Do you think in the preseason he walked off the field after that 58er and he looked at Zach and he was like, I could have made that bitch for a little bit more cash. They signed his deal. We're going to be playing on Saturday, and I'll bet he makes a 58-yarder there, right?
Yeah.
Buddy Dustin here. Shout out for the donation, Dustin. The extension is not so much because it's Money Mac. On the heels of T. Chase stuff, injuries, and Burrow performance this week, we need good news. Look, I know about the practices. They weren't well. I'm not worried about the practices or anything like that. And, it's we like Iverson said, we talking about practice. Practice.
Yeah, I mean, reportedly, Joe didn't have a good practice yesterday in the inter-squad practice against the Bears. Threw 3 interceptions. It was rainy. There was the reports are like one was a tip ball,
3 interceptions.
Yeah, but it was things like that. He also had a few touchdowns. They did some red zone work, a couple to Trenton Irwin, I think one to Gesicki. So I'm not concerned.
Nope.
Caleb Williams threw an interception to us on his first pass of the day yesterday. So, it's good to get work in. It was raining. And it's good to get that work in because last year against Cleveland in that first game of the season, it rained all game, and that was a problem. So I think Zach wanted to see him practice in that and adjust. And Zach was talking about seeing what will work and not work in those conditions. You're probably going to need to run the ball more, Zach. In those.
Right. Hey, did you see that that podcast, The Pivot with Joe Burrow?
I didn't watch the whole thing. I just seen that little clip.
I watched it this morning, man. That is a good fucking watch with Ryan Clark, a couple of ex-football players interviewing
Shannon Crowder, I think, Fred Taylor, maybe.
When he tells you that, like, he's opening up this year, like, watch that show, man. They really talk to Joe, and he really talks a lot. And I'm telling you, like, as much as you think you love Joe Burrow, watch that. And I swear to God, you're going to love this kid like he's your son. You want to go kiss him on the fucking cheek. This dude is a good guy. He's a good guy. And like I said, man, football, that's it. He's focused on football. They were talking about like his mom, He doesn't let his mom and dad. He won't see him on Saturday before a game, like because he's zoned in. He's like, you don't want to be around me when I'm in my game mode. He was like, I'm not a pleasant person, you know. And then he talks about stuff that he did with the minority community with racism and stuff like that. Really gets to you, you know. He almost had me like emotional just talking about it. I was surprised that he didn't break down. But the way he's laser focused, you can tell how he talks about his game and how confident he is in himself. I'm excited.
Yeah. Hey, Dustin, I get what you're saying. I figured you weren't worried about the practice stuff. I agree. We needed positive news this whole week with the injuries. Chris Evans, Deontay Smith. Let's hope for a speedy recovery for both of them. I know they're both out for the season. So, yeah, this is very positive news to start out Happy Friday and all that. So, yeah, I totally agree with you.
Well, plus also positive news. Greg got his Yosivas jersey this week.
That's true. Hey,
that's very positive.
Happy Friday to you too, Darth. Who day, buddy?
But, yeah, I mean, we can talk about the injuries, right? So those are two new ones you mentioned. Chris Evans done for the season. Sounds like Deontay Smith, that'll probably be dropping soon. I seen Jeremy Fowler said it was feared, something that'll be season ending. So sucks for those guys. I'll be honest with you. I didn't have Chris Evans on my 53 because I've been saying I think they keep 3 running backs. When they keep 4 tight ends, a lot of times they keep 3 running backs, where they keep 3 tight ends and 4 running backs, and we're keeping at least 4 tight ends.
Yeah, right. I saw your cut down list.
Yeah,
and I put that on Twitter if anybody wants to check out the 53. But I figure we'll kind of go through that as well during this episode and discuss it because you guys might have some different thoughts than I do. And also somebody commented, I like putting that stuff out because, man, I don't know everything. Shit, I got a regular ass job too, and I don't work for the Bengals. I don't have all this information.
Should be though.
Apparently, the emergency quarterback does have to count on your 53. I've been under the impression this whole time that didn't have to count against your 53. Somebody said that it did on Twitter, and so that kind of sucks, personally, because I've been thinking Logan Woodside. I can't imagine them wanting to carry 3. And, I mean, you probably still got the few games that you can call him up and have him as an emergency guy, but if that's the case, I don't really love that. But we'll start with the quarterbacks on the 53 roster. Burrow and Browning. I mean, top 2, right? And then that's whatever with the emergency quarterback, maybe that throws a wrench into things.
Right.
But I'm projecting, I guess I should say 2, and it's him and Browning. And Browning's injury sounds minor. They're just trying to rest him up now, so it's not something that is continuously flaring up on him as the way Zach Taylor talked about it.
Do you think Woodside makes it to the practice squad, or you think someone tries to snatch him up?
I think he makes it.
He makes
it. All right.
And, if that's the case, that's fine. Then you've got him, and he's down there still learning your system.
It's like if you're playing a game and both your quarterbacks go down as the emergency quarterback, right?
Yeah.
But if can he dress that day and not count against the 46 or whatever?
Man, I don't know. Maybe you have to keep him on the 53, but he don't count against the 46. And maybe that's something you look into for that reason, right? Because you can have a 47, and you always got those game day inactives. But a lot of times the game day inactives are guys that are dinged up, and not healthy to play anyways. So we'll see on that. But I still think it's a 2. And as Lindsay said, Browning is hurt, though. Yeah, and if he would be out at extended time, I definitely think, Lindsay, that would open up Logan Woodside sticking on the 53 for sure as basically the backup quarterback at this point. We haven't even seen Rocky Lombardi, but that kind of tells you the pecking order from practice, who came in when. And Woodside's been around a while.
Hey, we always got Uncle Rico for an emergency if we really desperately need someone.
If somebody doesn't know what Rocky Lombardi looks like, man, he looks like 1985. Like he looks like 1985. Like he should be walking out with fucking Master of Puppets playing behind him or something. He's got this like fucking blonde hair. It's kind of long and a mustache. Little skinny white kid.
What's up, Kevin?
Right.
But then we'll move on to running backs. And like I said, Chris Evans, if they were going to keep 4, I think it would have been Evans. I think he would be that guy that we would have kept, and he would have been on the kick return team and things like that because, he had a pretty good one in the preseason the other day, and he's always been pretty solid at kick returns and been one of the guys, and you have 2 back there now. So that would have been his way to make it. But with his injury and he's out for the season, I definitely think 3 is even more likely. Maybe they do pick somebody up when final cuts happen, and that person would be on your 53 if you're picking them up at that point from waivers, because that's kind of how it works at that point. So I think, whether it's Moss as a starter, Brown as a starter, I expect both those guys to play a lot, and then I expect Travion Williams to be the third guy. Do you guys really see anything different so far, quarterbacks and running backs?
No, running backs, and I don't know about you guys. I don't speak for you guys. I still think one of our running backs to start the season is on another team still right now. I just think there's going to be a bunch of cuts. I saw something where there was a list of guys that could get cut. I'll give you an example. That guy you were a big fan of last year, who the Jets drafted 2 running backs this year. We don't know if he's going to get cut yet, but that Prince, whatever his last name is, if someone like him got cut, I'd be picking up that phone in a heartbeat.
Izzy Abanikanda was one. Kendall Milton. There was a few guys that I liked that they were saying, could potentially be cut. And right. You would look into those guys, but they had a chance to bring Milton in, and he went undrafted. So, but Izzy got drafted rather high with the Jets, and then they drafted Braylon Allen, and they drafted the kid from North Dakota,
Isaiah Davis, who I was very high on too. And they
got him and Breece Hall.
Yeah.
So maybe the guy's already on the Bengals.
If Izzy Abanikanda gets cut from the Jets, I think there could be some interest there because, I really liked him. He was a rookie last year. Didn't play a whole lot, but he's got good speed, good size.
He'd probably get interest from a lot of teams, though, wouldn't he?
Yeah, and we're going to be like 18th in the waiver order
and he could
right
be
now.
Number 3 here.
Didn't he get hurt last year? What was his injury?
I don't remember, Greg. I'm not sure.
But I'll tell you what I am sure of. You know what I'm very sure of? That I will be at that airport picking him up to take to the bank.
Well, that's what if
even if he doesn't want to, you will kidnap him and say,
no, whoa.
Yeah. Right, he's going to see them stickers, and he's going
to. Although when I picked up Parker Blake from the airport, I said, "How hard could it be picking up someone from the airport, dude?" It was bad, but I got him, but it was bad.
Broski Bear said Burrow struggles against bears.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to fight a bear.
I actually would not want to fight a bear, but I
also wouldn't want to fight a Bengal tiger.
I did get a picture with a bear sitting right next to me one time. It was a Polaroid at the Shriner Circus. It was a fucking smart idea, Chris. Once again, they have these photo sessions after the circus, and you can go and sit in this bench, and there's a thick-ass piece of plexiglass like this between you and a fucking bear, so that when they take the picture head on, it looks like you're sitting next to the bear. So there's probably no way in the world that fucking bear could have reached around that plexiglass and did shit to me. So I know what Burrow's going through.
But you know what I'm always going through? I'm always going through a drive to Midwest Best Barbecue and 50 West Beer, proud sponsors of the show. I'm always going through with those.
I got to tell you, though, not as much as Darth. You suck.
Darth
is there again today for lunch.
Yeah. Well, Darth works right down the street, too. So
doesn't matter, Greg.
You live right down the street.
Yeah, and you drive a hybrid. It's not like it's fucking gas money to you. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Greg
what do you like?
Tesla.
I don't even know if it would eat hardly any gas at all. Greg.
Yeah, that's basically what Pork Chop said. He worked at a circus. Yeah, you're right.
I did. As a matter of fact, I did.
You might have saw my boss Rob there at the circus. He was in the Shrine. He was part of the Shrine. Well, he was in the circus, but he was in the Shrine.
He was.
He might have been
a bearded lady.
Yeah, that's true.
Rob, I hope you're not watching this, Rob. I'm not saying.
I hope you are, Rob, you bearded lady.
Yeah,
you should make Greg work overtime for me saying that.
Can't believe you called your fucking boss a bearded lady.
Why would you say that about your boss?
You better get the chainsaw ready. You're going to be doing weed eating all fucking day Monday.
Greg told me to say that.
Right.
Before the show started, Rob. He said, say it.
Right.
I wasn't supposed to tell you that he said to say it.
Anyways,
back to the 53-man roster.
Yeah. 53-man. Quit getting us off track, Greg. Go ahead, Dale.
It's too early for this.
Right.
And I'm drinking, and I've barely drank in a month.
I'm having a Coke Zero
before that game. But, yeah, so this could go off the rails quick. But we'll focus early.
Right.
Wide receiver. I think this one's pretty set in stone, especially with Charlie Jones coming back, unless they decide to keep 7 receivers. And I love our depth at receiver, but obviously Chase, Higgins, Yoshi, Jermaine Burton, Trenton Irwin, and Charlie Jones.
Right.
I think that's your 6. I've got 6 making the roster, and I think it's pretty set. And I love that 6. That's a damn good 6 at wide receiver. Do you guys have any disagreements there?
Breaking news. Home opener, all out orange.
So the home opener versus the Patriots is the orange out. Here we go.
Holy shit.
Holy crap.
I thought it would be Monday Night Football. I'm not going to lie. I thought
Let me ask you this, though.
Ring of Honor, Monday Night Football. There's nothing planned for that one. So blackout, because we can get blackout drunk at night.
Total orange. Dale, do you comply or non-comply?
We'll see. I'm already in the orange section for the Striped Jungle game. So it's like you're asking me to wear orange multiple times. And I don't like when people tell me what to do.
The Bengals are going to send season ticket holders uniforms for certain games.
That's when I'll probably wear white out, Chop, for the orange out.
Yeah, we need to wear all white out.
White out, I wore black, so I figure that the orange out, I should wear all white.
Right. Yeah.
Make it make sense.
I knew Greg had something. He's like,
he was excited. I know. I was hoping. I'm not going to lie.
You didn't even hit
Jamar Chase extension.
You didn't even hit Jamar Chase on your list of receivers, and he's like, you can tell he's reading something.
Yeah, as I'm going into receivers, that Chase extension would have hit. That would have been a
oh my God. Keep looking, Greg. We need that. Tell them to hurry up and do the Chase extension. While
I got some stuff on hold that I got to order right now off eBay, so none of you steal it from me. Orange stuff.
Don't worry. I don't think I fit your size, Greg. I'm bigger than you.
No, you're not.
Yeah, man. I've sent you shirts. They're not my size. The shirt I send you would be my halter top.
So we all in agreement that they keep 6 at wide receiver, and it's the top 6 that I mentioned there.
I mean who else would bump into that?
Kwame Lassiter, Kendrick Pryor. There's some guys like that I think, are NFL talents. I just think we're so deep here that there's not going to be the roster spot for those guys.
Right. Kwame Lassiter's going to retire from the Bengals practice squad in 2050.
Speaking of retiring, I know we're going through the 53, but Jeff Gunner, hope everything's all well and wish him well in his future. He retired. I didn't see that. I thought he was as I'll talk about defense ends later. I thought he was squarely in that mix with Cam Sample out for a roster spot with Cedric Johnson.
I hope everything's okay, because I don't think it's because it's like there's is there
you
something
just never
going on
know.
in his personal life or something?
I don't know. I don't want to speculate on that, but I'm just saying in general, whatever it is and why ever he decided to retire now after going through most of this camp, I wish him the best in everything he does. Seems like a great guy. His mom's always been a very nice lady on X and stuff, and she's on Jeff's show. She's an awesome lady. So, shout out to the family.
Yep.
I hope all is well, and I wish him nothing but the best,
right.
In his future.
Enjoy your life, bro.
Absolutely. Yeah, sometimes it's as simple as that, right? You lose your love for the game, and
Well, I mean, come on. He's probably made millions of dollars, really. You don't think so?
On a rookie contract,
millions. I'm not saying like 3, 4, 8, but
I
million.
doubt it.
No.
He's on practice squad most of the time. I mean,
what's the minimum pay for practice squad? Is it vet minimum? It's not vet minimum, but
no, it
ain't minimum wage.
No, but he didn't make $1 million last season on practice squad.
Oh, well, that sucks for him then. But
either way, man, he's a guy who went to college, got his degree, so I'm sure he's got other things in life to worry about.
I can get him a job at the hospital if he wants.
There you go.
And then we can chill and hang out and stuff. He could.
Maybe you guys can fire Tyler Kelly and he can be security
no shit, man.
at the hospital. Get rid of the Steelers fans.
Does he want to come in there and do nothing? I mean,
that's what
you could fill Tyler Kelly's role real good. Just come in there and fucking look stupid and give dumbass takes about how Kenny fucking Pickett's the future of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll continue with our roster battle because the next and the 53 projection here. So the next position, tight end, I think is one of the biggest battles. Obviously, still coming down. I think obviously Drew Sample, the GOAT, is on there. Mike Gesicki is obviously. Your starting pass catching tight end. Drew Sample is your obvious blocking tight end / H-back / whatever you need him to be. Eric All was a 4th round pick. He's not going anywhere, and he's healthy. So those 3 to me are roster locks. And then it comes down to the Tanners, Tanner McLaughlin and Tanner Hudson. And when I put my 53 out on X / Twitter, everybody's like, you didn't have Tanner Hudson on it. And I get it because I love T. Huddy.
Yeah, right.
But I liked what I saw out of Tanner McLaughlin, and he's a little younger.
Yes.
He's on a rookie contract. He's on a contract for multiple years compared to Hudson on a 1-year contract and being older. But I think it's razor thin. And if you said Tanner Hudson made it and they're trying to get Tanner McLaughlin on the practice squad, I'd say not shocked. So I'm not going to be shocked, but
exactly, yeah.
How do you guys see it? Because I have said this whole time, I cannot see him keep him 5, but maybe they love all 5 and they find a way to do it, and they use them on special teams with the new kickoff rules.
Yeah, Dale, I mean, we've had this discussion how many times. It's going to come down to both Tanners. Like I said, we go back and forth. We've had this so many – I know when you posted that you just kind of thought at first that Hudson might be gone. I saw a couple people kind of got –
And I was fired. On Hudson. You guys know the whole time. I was like, I can't see them getting rid of Hudson. But
exactly. But, Dale, this is a good problem to have right now. I mean, this is a damn good problem to have. But no,
I could change my mind next week after this game Saturday.
Right, exactly. I could change my mind. It's like me going, am I going to get a sausage calzone or a pepperoni calzone? Both are fucking awesome as hell, but I got it. Well, I just combined both, but in this case, you can't do it, all that and stuff. But man, no, it's Dale. It could go back and forth on this. This is going to be a damn good problem to have. I mean, in the end, if I had to pick, I was about to get kicked in the nuts. I would think they were going to keep McLaughlin.
Yeah, I think the same thing. I think they keep McLaughlin. I think that
I changed my mind. If you two are saying McLaughlin,
right,
I'm going
you probably should.
Yeah.
That's probably the smartest thing that was said on this show today, Dale.
It probably was. All of us agreeing. How dare us all fucking agree.
I mean, look, man, I love T. Huddy. Look, he did great. He's been a very solid player for us, and he's got some rhythm down with Joe. And if anything, maybe that keeps him in. But I think that the team has made an effort, and they've come out and they said it out loud. We want young. We want fast. So Tanner Hudson is he's like 30, right?
He's I think
28.
He's turning 30.
I can't believe I'm goddamn 52.
30's
30's old. I'm 52. This motherfucker's
right,
30, man. He can't play anymore. Old ass bastard. Grandpa. We got to get Grandpa Tutty out of there.
Turns 30.
But I'm just saying, like, the team says they're going faster.
30 November 12th.
30. Okay, so he will be. I was thinking he was 30.
No, it's okay.
Go ahead, Chop. Sorry.
But I think that they go with McLaughlin. What? McLaughlin. McLaughlin. Oh, like a Glock.
Yeah.
Well, don't say that on YouTube. Fuck, they'll ban our video.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Sorry.
We're talking about McLaughlin. Yeah, he's a football player for the Cincinnati Bengals. He plays tight end. And he beat, remember, this is the man that beat all Gronk's records in college.
At Arizona, yeah.
So he's fucking basically better than Gronk. And he's going to be our 4th tight end. Our worst tight end that we're going to keep, our 4th one, is better than Gronk.
Yeah, here's man, I don't want to mispronounce the first of that, so I'll let Chop do it. G, I'll call you G, baby.
It says Gatto, baby, right?
Gatto?
Gatto.
Or is it like
yeah.
Ghetto? I ain't trying to get canceled here.
Ghetto's like
Either
G-H-E.
I know. Jeez, I know how it's spelled, but I'm saying is that whatever. Either way, we're moving along. But he said random as hell, and we'll do this before we jump into offensive line. Next year's running back class is insanely deep. Yeah, I love the draft. I did my shit in the spring scouting for a lot of next year's class. It is, man.
Dale, you're about to make a new best friend. This guy's in the draft like that. You're gonna love Gatto, baby.
I love you, man.
Gatto, is he on YouTube? Yeah, he is. Good job. You guys are gonna be besties. Dale loves the fucking draft. Don't get him goddamn drooling on here.
Yeah, I mean, we'll spend months on the draft. So when the season's over, I got to behave.
For next year already going.
No, I've got an entire draft guide, Chop. You know the draft guide I did last year. This one has more pages. It's like 350 pages already. I'm only going to add to it.
Hey, I bet.
I don't even know who's going to be in the draft yet.
And just let Gatto baby know that draft guide will be coming out, and you can get it before next year's draft. If you want to take a look at it.
$5.
Yeah, it's a $5 donation. It's not
or
even. Or
just message me on Twitter. I'll send you last year's if you want last year's.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be a good idea. Yeah. You could send him last year's
for free for
and you could see how he scouted all these players from this last draft.
Greg, why does Greg keep leaving?
I don't know.
I'm trying to get stuff ordered here for the opener, man. I'm in panic mode.
Oh my God, he's worried about.
Oh my God, that's
got plenty of
priority.
time, Greg.
Priority over the show.
Yeah, my priority is
2 hours a week. Greg got to order fucking orange pants, and he can't wait till after the show.
Hey, you got to.
It's gonna be hot. That's my thing. You know, like
Dale. Are you a true fan, Dale? If I'm Tobler winner, are you?
I'm in an orange section for the Stripe the Jungle game, so I'm like, I'll just wear my robe. You know, that works. There's a lot of orange in it, so
yeah,
that'll work.
You know,
December 19th. But now this game is the home opener. And it could be hot as fuck. But I will say, Brandon Murphy, Drew Garrison, those shorts that they're always wearing, I ordered a pair of those. So I think that'll work for shorts. I don't know what I'll wear because I don't have an orange jersey.
I have an orange Hubbard jersey.
I have an orange shirt, but it's like Hayden Hurst. So,
oh yeah,
I don't know that I'll wear that. But
let me show you something here. Let me get here. I'm just gonna do here.
I wanted to get an orange juice game jersey.
I'm not a homer. When it comes to the draft grip, I'm a professional.
Hey, you're talking about you ordered them shorts, right? Look at this.
Did you order them too?
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, I love those things.
I got the orange shorts.
They had them in 3X, and I was like, "Oh, my fat ass is gonna have to cop a pair, huh?"
Right? Yeah. So
I expected them not to have them in fat boy sizes.
Hey, thank you, Drew Garrison. I saw those shorts when he was in the parking lot too, and then they took that picture and he put that link up, and I immediately, as soon as I saw
bro,
link,
that's where I seen the link and was like, fuck it, man, I'm gonna order a pair.
Man, they got them fucking shorts for fat people. Hell yeah! I was
yeah.
I watch that bitch come in Chinese size, and I'll be fucking singing soprano and it's squeezing my balls, but I'm wearing them.
And Darth has them too. We can all coordinate and just all match the same
shorts.
Oh,
it's now part of the Lot Lizard official uniform
for the home opener. It's gonna be hot. We'll just get nude and paint ourselves orange. But
hey, why not?
We'll sweat and the paint could come off.
Well, not if we use.
Oh well, I got a small piece.
Not if we use spray paint. And I got Bengal orange here. I ordered this. This is the exact match.
I'm not going to spray paint my body. I still got to go back to work the next day.
Paint thinner, Dale. When you get home, take a bath in paint thinner.
When I get home at like 10 o'clock at night?
Yeah, jump in the bath of paint thinner. It's good for you. It makes you tired because the fumes get you high. And then go to bed. All right, so we got tied in. Where are we going now?
Offensive line, and this one I just combined. And this is an interesting one because I could see him keeping 9 or 10. And this is where we get into where I should probably go back to my own tweets so I don't fuck this up. But off the bat, the 5 starters, right? So Orlando Brown, Cordell Volson, Ted Karras, Alex Kappa, Trent Brown, and Amarius Mims. So I'll just say 6 because to me, those are 6 roster locks, 100%. I think there's another guy who's a lock, whether you love him or you don't. Cody Ford, I think, is a lock.
I wasn't thinking Cody Ford when you said that.
Yeah, so that's 7. And then for 8, who should be a lock, I'm saying who is a lock probably per Bengals. Who should be a lock for the 8th spot is Matt Lee.
Yes. Yeah. That's not the name I thought you were going to say, though. I thought you were going to say Jackson Carman is a lock.
Well,
on
my list, I have Jackson Kirkland, and I guess I didn't need to bring that up. And Jackson Carman as my final 2 spots. I think Jackson Kirkland could play tackle in a pinch. He did when he was at Washington, but he's a good guard depth backup. Cody Ford can be. They had him at guard, but with all those injuries and Trent Brown having some back tightness, he was in at tackle. And we've seen him play tackle some last year. So Cody Ford can do both. And then I think Jackson Kirkland will be a little bit of your guard depth, but could play tackle if he needed to. So that's why I have Jackson Kirkland as like my 9th guy to make it. And then if they keep 10 offensive linemen, I put Jackson Carman, but I also put that I think if there's a cut around the league that they like, whether I said veteran, but it could be a young guy, it could be anybody. It could be a refrigerator, literal refrigerator.
Yes.
That is cut and they pick it up on waivers. That could fill the Jackson Carman spot if they keep 10.
Well, let me ask you this.
That's what I have.
What do you – so I heard Wayne Boxmiller talking about Jackson Carman, man, and he was really defending his ass hardcore, saying everybody focuses on the negatives. He was like, but he does a lot of things right. He does a lot of things really good.
What?
And that's what I'm saying. Like,
I mean,
I don't know what it is. Like, he plays really good at getting the other team 5 fucking yards for holding. Or
10 for holding and 5 for false starts.
False start.
Times.
Like, I don't know, but man, he was on Jeff's show. I mean, Jice. I don't want to mispronounce it. It's Jice now. He was on Jice's show, and he was really defending Jackson Carman hardcore. I mean, I think Wayne Boxmiller is a very smart guy. And so it does make me wonder, like, he hasn't left. I mean, it's not like he's gotten any better, in our opinion, maybe in Wayne Boxmiller's, but in our opinion, he hasn't gotten any better. And he's still sticking around, so he must be doing a couple things right. Plus, like, what's the market past him?
I guess it's like he can play left tackle. I mean, and I know Trent Brown can, but Trent Brown has back tightness. And then if anything happened to Orlando Brown, God forbid, I hope not. But
right,
if anything happened to him, the fact that he can play left tackle would be my thought, because I think they want to keep Mims at right. I mean, that is the only thing that I'm thinking, like, and he's played guard before, didn't do that well either. I don't want to completely shit on the guy. He's made it to the NFL.
He's had good games.
Yeah, playoff game against Buffalo in the snow. He had a good game.
Maybe that's what they're saying. And they're like, man, if we can just get that Buffalo Jackson Carman to come out 90% of the time. Go ahead, Greg. You're killing me. Go.
I just entered the shorts thing. There was only 3 left, and I got one. So I'm in the club.
All right.
I'm in the club. But no, anyway, Jackson Carman, like I say, guys,
do you think he makes, because that's I'm on offensive lineman, and I've got him. If we keep 10, right now I've got him as 10. Deontay Smith's gone, Greg.
We're all going to look so fucking
okay, guys, I'll put it this way. I
know we're talking about Jackson Carman. We're gonna look so fucking gay down in that goddamn parking lot with all the same shorts. I love it.
Yeah, but no, here, I'll put it this way. I used to get picked last for the team. It's like people are looking, the guy's looking, he's like, I guess we'll take Greg. We have no choice. That's where Jackson Carman is right now.
Greg, you'd have been picked before me. I was the fat.
Oh, would you shut up, Chop? If there's anybody who's going to finish first picking last, it's going to be me. So shut the hell up. You're getting picked before me.
Jackson Carman redemption season. Let's go.
Hey, welcome to the show, Jackson.
Yeah, that's right.
I didn't know you spelled your name with a G.
I know.
G is for Jackson with a G, and C is for Carman.
No and 3 ways.
The 3 is for I had 3 penalties in the last preseason.
No shit, man. Right?
No, I am just being a dick to Jackson Carman. I apologize.
No 3 ways, but we're having Condado tacos this year. So
yeah,
Santori will not be making his 3 ways. Everybody can simmer down.
He said it's not gay if it's in a 3-way, like the song.
Oh,
he was talking about all of us wearing the shorts.
Did you order some too, Tyler? Let me know in the chat here.
But yeah. So Jackson Kirkland, I think, he was one of the, he was on that second team O-line. I think he makes it. I think Matt Lee, Cody Ford, all those guys are here. I think it really comes down to they keep 9 or 10. Is it Jackson Carman? Do they pick up somebody else? That's where I'm at with the O-line. How about you guys?
That's what Matt's saying here. And
I do, Matt. I do. I think they should, personally.
I think it depends on who's cut. You know what I'm saying? So when the cut downs come, I think it's just common sense, right? I'm just saying things that everybody knows, like they know what they have. And then when the cut down day comes,
in the waiver order. So if there's a guy, there's no guarantee you get him, even if you put in a claim on cut down day.
That's right. Greg says that there's 2 pairs left. He got 1 of 3, so you better get your ass there.
I think there was 3 left. Yes.
It depends on the size, probably.
It depends on the size too. Yeah, but
what size did you order, Greg?
XL.
XL, Tyler. So if you wear XL, there's 3 left. Better hurry.
That's what it said on there. I mean, I was like in a freak out mode, so I can't just show up. When I found out these 2 ordered, I'm like, okay. Oh boy.
I just think 5-way should be known as orgies. I just go to the door like in old school, and I'm like.
Well, in that case, I'd like to
the door and I go, hello? Yeah. Oh, I'm here for the gangbang.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's what
I When I go through Skyline, that's what I do. I roll down the window and they say, "What's up?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, I need an orgy."
You know, I wish on this one, Crip, like Cochran over Carmen, but Cochran didn't look good either. Is the problem? Like maybe somebody will step up and earn a role these last 2 games. I don't think Carmen should be a lock. I mean, it's laugh. I had to laugh even saying that, but I'm just for whatever reason he keeps sticking on this 53. Man, you guys are so fucking distracted today.
No. Just looking at the
shorts are going, guys. The shorts are going.
I know. Jimmy got them.
Yeah.
Jimmy just got a pair too. Yeah. We're all wearing them.
All right, you know what I got to do, guys? I'm in a good happy mood right now. I got to
put mayonnaise on his face and start dancing. Hi, everybody.
What is Greg doing now?
Hi, everybody. My name's Pork Chop. I told you he's going to
It's Not Bot Friday. Happy Orange Friday, everybody. It's the Not Bot. We going orange today, buddy. We going orange today.
What did you take to turn off the camera to do? Did you put pants on?
Today. We going orange. We going orange. We going orange.
And Dart just wants you all to know that you're followers now because he was wearing them last year.
Right. You're all on Darth's nuts. I am all squarely up in that pink, Darth.
I hope there's a lot of room on those nuts because there's a bunch of us and we're not.
Right. It's going to be like, we're like your fucking genital warts. We're all hanging there right on your nuts.
An unhinged dot bot. An unannounced, unhinged
right.
dot bot. It happened.
Tyler, I just messaged them to you, buddy.
What did you turn off the camera for? Did you put pants on or something? Like
you
turned off the camera,
I want to know.
Then you turned it back on and started dot botting. What was the deal?
Greg, he's talking to you.
Oh, he's talking to me. No, I was like getting ready.
Oh,
I don't have pants on.
I don't know. You just turned off your camera, and then when you came,
well, I was getting ready to go find something orange, but I didn't have time.
Oh, you were trying to find something orange.
Yeah. Well, I got an orange hat, but it's signed by Orlando Brown, Volson, and Karras. I think that'd be a disgrace if I wore that hat. I sweat like a, you know what?
What? Who's your orange jersey?
What's that?
Who's your orange jersey?
Hubbard.
All right, so you'll be Hubbard on opening day, huh?
I wanted to know, but I was so close to doing this, but I'm trying to be somewhat good with my money. Although they have a good deal on jerseys, I want to get a personalized orange juice game jersey.
Oh no, Darcy's either in trouble or his wife's turned on. She
you know
jumped
what?
in the car just to hear we're all getting on Darth's nuts.
Yes, right.
No context.
Yeah.
Well, that was pretty much what's happening. All right, D-line. D-line, 53-man roster projection. Trey Henderson. These are DNs first. Trey Henderson, Sam Hubbard, Joseph Ossai, Miles Murphy. I think those 4 100% locks. Then I got Cedric Johnson. I thought it would be a competition between him and Gunter. Gunter retired, as we mentioned earlier. I think Cedric Johnson, and I like Cedric Johnson, 6th-round pick this year from Ole Miss. I think he's got the inside track at that 5th DN spot if they keep 5 there. And then 5 D tackles. I've got B.J. Hill, Sheldon Rankins, Chris Jenkins, McKinley Jackson, and Zach Carter. I know a lot of people don't love Zach Carter, but the Bengals do.
Yeah.
So he's always out there, with that second team unit. I think Zach Carter makes it. And the only caveat I put in there is Travis Bell had a pretty good game, a guy we picked up late last year from, I believe, Kansas City. I think he could make the roster if Jackson ends up going on that short-term IR or whatever that's like 4 weeks long. Because McKinley Jackson's currently out injured. Thoughts on D-line? You guys got anybody different than those 10?
I'm just glad we have depth and all that. Chop, you go ahead. I got to do some more thinking.
Go ahead and think, Greg. I would just say that I think that you're right. You might want to switch your thing because I'm agreeing with you again, but I don't know the fringe guys. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get what you're saying.
I'm not
Tufele's a guy maybe at D tackle too. If McKinley Jackson's
guy
out.
that you didn't mention that would be on the
Devontae Mitchell, who's back at Maxwell, who's back at practice. I know our guy Ryan Sparks loves him. He gave me an F on my roster projection because I didn't have him on it.
Are you talking D-line, with the
D-line
also, or just okay?
I said 5 DNs. Trey Henderson, Hubbard, Ossai, Miles Murphy, and Cedric Johnson. 5 D tackles, 10 total D-line. The 5 D tackles are B.J. Hill, Sheldon Rankins, Chris Jenkins, McKinley Jackson, and Zach Carter. Right. I said if McKinley goes on IR, I think Travis Bell could take that spot, or it could be Tufele or Maxwell or someone else.
There was a question earlier in the chat that I forgot to put up. Is Hubbard okay? Have you heard anything about Hubbard?
Week to week.
Is it
The
still
only thing I've seen is like he was out there doing some rehab work earlier in the week, Dan Horde put, and he should be good for week 1. The same thing with Charlie Jones. Charlie Jones was doing rehab work when Hubbard was, and Charlie Jones is already practicing. So I think those guys are close enough that week 1 is not a concern. Week 1 is 3 weeks out still.
I do kind of feel like that I would not be surprised, and I'd be actually pretty happy about it if when cut down day came, if some big name came available that was really good, if the Bengals signed him to a 1-year deal, like a prove it deal, but like a good player. You know what I'm saying?
And Gakwe at the end, maybe if they're not sold on Cedric Johnson. But Cedric Johnson had a sack in the preseason game, and they drafted him, and they like to keep their draft picks.
Well, let me ask you this, man, and I put this in our chat the other day, and it stirred up some fucking controversy, and I'm not going to say who I wanted to trade, but I'm just saying, what if the Bengals did I don't think he's going to do a 1-year deal, but, man, he's pissed off at the Jets, Hassan Reddick.
No, I know.
They worked out some kind of a trade with the Jets to get Hassan Reddick.
Hassan Reddick is a starter, though. He's a starter.
I understand that.
And he wants paid. We're not going to do either of those. He's not going to start here, and he's not going to get paid.
He wouldn't be taking a job from Sam Hubbard, right? Or Miles Murphy.
No. I'm going to piggyback on
a guy that's had double-digit sacks for the last 4 years.
I really wanted him badly, Dale. I know it's not going to happen. I'm living in my little fantasy world, but I agree with Chop here. Give you that depth piece, man. Gives you that guy to get that sack. I mean,
it's not even a depth piece, man. This guy is
not depth piece. Not even a depth piece. A guy that can start for you, where you can move around Sam Hubbard. I will find a way to get Hassan Reddick if I'm trying to win.
Yeah, he's So Hassan Reddick comes in, and he's better than a lot of our DNs, right?
Right.
Yeah, I understand that.
So
I'm just saying they're not going to, and they like what Hubbard does against the run.
Yeah.
So he's not going to take that spot on this D line, on this defense. We already struggle against the run. That's my thoughts. I would love a guy like that. And Matt Judon going for a 3rd-round pick, and they're not extending him. They said they do the extension later. God, he's fucking good. I would love to have him on this team and love to just rotate dogs in and out, pressure the quarterbacks. But
hell yeah,
they're not going to fucking do it, and they're not going to pay these guys.
No. Chap, I'll agree with you, man. No, I would love to find a way to get Hassan Reddick. Look at Matthew Judon, a 3rd-round pick. I know the Bengals never do that, but boy, I just have my days, man. I'd be so tempted into doing something like that.
I mean, this is what the Rams did the year that they fucking beat us. They loaded up, man. They went all in. Yes. Do I want multiple championships? I do, but fucking give me one.
Yes.
You have to start with one. Get me one.
Give me one.
And fucking chips in, and let's get the one.
Yes.
Also, it doesn't matter what happens. We win because it's our destiny year.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I mean, you look at the Niners.
Damn it, Chop, we still got to have shows and have discussions and things to talk about. We can't just say we're winning the Super Bowl and it don't matter.
We are.
We're having a discussion right now about that. It is our destiny year.
It's true.
We'll move on. We'll move on to linebackers. I think they keep 5, and I think obviously Wilson, Pratt, Akeem Davis, Gaither are roster locks. Those 3.
Yeah.
And then I think Joe Bocci is probably here. They re-signed him, and they can count on him on special teams, goal line, stuff like that. He's been here a long time. So I think he'll be the 4th. And then for my 5th, man, I want to continue to see it for 2 more games. There's only 1 game, but I love me some Muma Jometa.
Muma!
That's who I've got taking that last spot. And I think because we lost Marcus Bailey, Shaka Hayward's another guy in that mix. And I like Shaka Hayward a lot coming out of Duke last year and was on our practice squad all year. But I think John Meta, if he keeps playing the way he's playing, the dude looks like a ball player. And if he had to fill in for a game for a starter, I think he could do it. The kid looked incredible.
We need to all moo. Whenever he's on the field and he makes a play, we need to moo. Moo. Something like that, right?
No, we don't have to do that.
Okay, maybe we don't. But we could.
We could.
We yell tea, we yell juice.
Moo.
Moo. Yeah.
We could.
And I think it's a good idea. But Dale, I agree, man. people are making comparisons to this guy as like our last undrafted free agent linebacker that was great. That I just ordered his jersey.
Not the greatest athleticism, but great football IQ and
instinct. Yes, the
Yes.
IQ. So, dude, I love this kid, man. With the second half of the game, he made the second half of the game very interesting watching him. Manjada. Manjada.
So you guys think, as of right now, he's got, like, projection-wise, I've got him making it over Shaka Hayward for that last
Yes.
game. But Shaka Hayward had a half sack with Jeff Gunner. Jeff Gunner's mad that he didn't get a full sack, so he retired.
Right. He was pissed. He was like, fuck that. I'm out.
Yep.
That's something that happened.
No, I'm cool with that. I think we all agree with that. I know you don't want us to agree, but we do.
No.
I know.
I don't care if you guys agree or don't agree. I just give this is my projection, and then I figure we can talk about it, and if there's disagreements or your thoughts on it. And then I put defensive backs in one category, and I put 10 for that. Typically, they keep 4 safeties, 6 corners. So
what?
This one's a tough one.
Only one like, though. Thank you, Paul, for liking the show.
Thanks, Paul.
Thank you, Paul.
Thanks, Paul.
But the corners, CTB, Dax, who, proved me wrong so far.
Yep.
And look good, but I seen some clips from that scrimmage, and he got beat or that inter-squad practice.
That practice was good.
DJ Turner, those 3 are locks to make it, obviously.
Yes.
Mike Hilton's a lock to make it. That's 4 at corner. And then for 5 at corner, Josh Newton seems like a lock.
Dude, that is a lock.
And then if they keep 6 corners, I think it's Jalen Davis. But for my projection, I did not have Jalen Davis. I had 5 safeties. I know that they usually go 6 and 4 a lot of years, but I have Von Bell, I had Geno Stone, Jordan Battle, I had Dejon Anthony and Tyson Anderson making it, and those 2 are making it mainly for special teams. And they're younger. So that's who I had for my 10. But if Jalen Davis made it over one of the safeties, that wouldn't surprise me a bit.
Dude, I like the way you're filling it out, like bringing in some of these new guys that have been balling out in practice, and then showed us on the field on the last game. So I agree with Dejon Anthony.
Yeah.
Over who was the other safety he made it over?
Well, no, it would be more over the corner. I think it's Dejon and Tyson Anderson. I think it's a 3-way. So those 2 are safeties, and then it's Jalen Davis at corner, who's a backup slot corner. But I think Josh Newton can play slot if they need him to. I think Turner could play slot if they need him to. I think Dax could play slot if they needed him to. I think the corners they have are versatile enough that they don't have to keep a primary slot backup this year.
It's like
that's what might allow them to keep 5 safeties.
The cornerback and the wide receiver, both, they're getting all these guys that can play versatile roles. Slot and outside.
So, Greg, you got any thoughts on the defensive backs there? How do you think that shakes out between, I think there's 2 spots for 3 players. I think it's Dejon Anthony, Tyson Anderson, and Jalen Davis. 2 make it, 1 goes to practice squad or gets picked up somewhere else.
So let's take this logically. Jalen Davis is the corner, so he's probably going to make that's my guess. This is where it sucks right here, man, because Dejon Anthony, we loved him. He's seen positive things. However, you got to think this. You got to go back to.
He can play some corner. He can play some corner.
He can play some corner, but
he played some corner in his college career.
Let's go to Darren Simmons. Loves Tyson Anderson. When Darren Simmons says, "I want somebody to keep," they listen to him. I think Tyson Anderson makes the team just because of Darren Simmons. So it's down to Anthony and Jalen Davis. Jalen Davis is proven. Anthony,
you ever get that swallow of Coke and that carbonation gets you?
Yeah, all the time.
Greg does Coke all the time.
I got Coke Zero. I got Coke and Coke Zero. I know what it's like.
I feel it in my ears, man.
Coke.
But no, Dale, you're putting me in a spot here, man. But if I had to guess, Jalen Davis has done a good job at times, man. But I can't let go of it. Do we risk letting Anthony kind of like in the tight end thing we were discussing?
Me and Dale don't.
Practice squad, will somebody nab him? Do you think?
Me and Dale don't risk it. You do.
Who?
We are keeping Dejon Anthony. We're getting rid of Jalen Davis. We're saying he doesn't make it.
So
And
there you go.
I'm getting that's where
That's what I'm thinking. So Anthony stay. So I guess Jalen Davis. Sorry, buddy.
If they want 6 corners, then it's going to come down to Anthony and Anderson. Anderson. Where's he?
Anthony Anderson.
I'm gonna come back at you with something. When Ivy gets healthy eventually, I know this is a discussion in the future. What do you do then?
You just make switch up.
If anybody's hurt, then you don't have to worry about it. But at that point, I do think if you had 5 safeties, I think DJ Ivy comes on this squad and one of the safeties are going somewhere. Whether that's Tyson Anderson or Dejon Anthony that they try to get to the practice squad. Because, Ivy really flashed last year for them, and he's versatile. He's long. He can cover. I want to see him do it more, but he can cover tight ends, I think. I think when Ivy's healthy that he makes the roster, they put him back on the roster.
Yes.
And that's assuming everyone's healthy. Getting everyone at corner healthy to week 6 potentially. If Ivy starts on PUP, there's no guarantee of that. That's just the NFL.
Shout out to Tyler. He got the shorts. Shout out to Tyler. Got the shorts.
Awesome. Also, DJ Ivy's going to have to prove it. Look, man, did that guy ball out last year? He did way better than we expected. He was playing good, but he's still coming back from an injury. He still has limited production on the field during NFL games. It's not like he started for us or played for us for 3 years, and he's just a shoe-in when he comes back. The dude was awesome. I loved him. He looked good. But he's going to have to earn that spot through his rehab and stuff, right?
Sorry, I was blowing myself to Crypt Keeper.
Hey, if I could blow myself, I wouldn't be on the show.
And that's the thing. When you come off PUP, they usually have 2 or 3 weeks before they have to make them game day actives. They can ramp up and be practicing and not count against the 53. So I think that there'll be plenty of that.
Right.
But yeah, I like Anderson. That's where I have it now, and that's with Ivy going on PUP. But yeah, if Ivy was healthy, it would definitely change things, and I think he would be the 6th corner, and I think Jalen Davis would be gone.
All right,
I'll let Tyson Anderson and Dejon will be battling for the 1 spot at safety.
And I'll let this go. Stephon Gilmore, I know it's not going to happen. I'll let this go and accept it and move on. I knew it was never going to happen, but I'm okay. But I'm cool with this.
Yeah, I told you it wasn't going to happen.
I never said
the only reason they bring in a vet cornerback into this room is for mentorship. Why waste a roster spot on somebody that's going to say, you did a good fucking job, here's what you could do standing on the sideline? They can get a coach to do that. You could bring in a veteran retired cornerback to do that job. We don't need it.
Ross is asking the hard-hitting questions. Pork Chop been shocking his taint to prepare for the season.
Yeah, I'll be doing my 3rd session next Saturday. They don't want to do it too far. They want to put.
You got 3 weeks still till regular season.
You're at risk for really burning your taint if you shock it too often. So I do have my 3rd appointment scheduled next. I think it's next Sunday. So yeah, I appreciate you asking, Ross. Thank you.
Yeah, and Lou, man, I hope the defense is better in general this year.
It will be.
I do think it will be. I think because of the safeties and the veterans back there will help. Greg's staring off into space. I don't know what's going on.
I just thought I saw something.
Piece of cheese.
But I do, and I also think with Lou, I think last year he was doing a lot of interviews because he didn't get a head coaching job the year before when he thought he should. And I haven't seen him on a single interview this year.
No.
Anywhere. So I think Lou is in the lab. Mad scientist Lou is going to be back, and he's going to be cooking up game plans, and he's got his guy Von Bell that he knows can go out there and be his coach on the field. So I look for big
Lou's
things.
Pissed off. Last year he sees, he hears what everybody's saying. And man, you can't deny we were ranked 31, weren't we, out of 32 defenses total?
Yeah.
32. So it'll go up, and I think that we go back to the same defense that we had that took us to 2 AFC championships.
Yes,
Still worried about stopping the run personally.
Yes.
Me too.
I understand that.
That Tampa Bay game, I know it was 2nd or 3rd string, but man, Bucky Irvin running through us, that brought me some some bad haunting from last year. But
well, and like Baltimore has Derrick Henry now.
Yes.
When Nick Chubb comes back, I don't know when he'll exactly be ready, but even in our division, Najee Harris and Jaylen Warren is a nice duo of running backs. Najee seems to play well against us and not necessarily anybody else in the league. There's always a few players like that. And then with the Browns here, Matt asks, random thought, did you guys hear about Michael Hall Jr.? Yeah, the domestic violence thing. Those are things, man, that I hate to talk about too much because you just don't know. All the details of it sound awful, obviously. And if true, he sounds like a piece of shit.
Right.
But, there's also been instances where you crucify somebody for something because of reports that are out there. And then it turns out that person was lying.
It's a microphone,
We
Greg.
always laugh at that. It's always so funny.
Right.
He turns his video off and not the audio.
Yeah, not the audio. But yeah, if reports are true, man.
Between that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's part of a study. Let's just say that. I can't really talk a lot about it. It's part of a study, but when it comes out, it will be life-changing, and I'll be one of the front runners and the spokesperson for it. So, I mean, get prepared for that, but it's in the initial phases right now.
Yeah.
It's taint shock therapy. It's in the initial phases right now, but I mean, stay tuned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See how it goes.
That's pretty much all I can say legally about it at this point.
But yeah, man. So we play the Bears tomorrow. None of our starters are playing. Do you guys know about Chicago's? Because I'll be honest, I really did not dive into it. I would imagine they're playing like their starters. Are their starters playing? I would think they would. They're at home. They play I know Caleb Williams, the quarterback, who's projected to be their starter, number 1 pick. He played 2 series last week. I could see him getting at minimum at least 1 again this week, if not more. I'm really curious to see if their because they have a pretty good D line. If their defensive starters play, I want to see some of our linemen and how they do. Like Matt Lee, if he is in there as center, that's one. Now, I don't expect the line in general to be phenomenal, but you can break down individual players after the game with the all-22, and I want to see how Matt Lee does against their starters while Jackson Carman's out there getting 15 fucking penalties. But, we're not going to pile on the guy.
Game's at 1:00 tomorrow, right?
Oh, is it? Fuck.
12. No. It's at 12 p.m.
It's early.
The Bengals play tomorrow.
Yeah.
Shit, I didn't know that. I just assumed it was like a 6 or 7 o'clock
1
game.
p.m.
Yeah, 1 p.m., man.
Fuck
I'll
me.
be up early for that one, man. I don't know why the fuck I'm gonna get up early for preseason.
No, you didn't know that deal.
And no starters. No, I didn't. I always assume the preseason games are 6 or 7. I don't know.
You know what?
7, 8 o'clock.
I'm not gonna get up early. I'm gonna get up. I'll watch it later. I mean, come on, it's preseason. Even during regular season, I usually set my alarm for an hour early, 3, and I get up and I'll do that. I'll just kind of watch it and fast forward. Every time it's not a play, I just go to the next play.
Yeah.
Although I already know everything's going to happen because before I turn on the TV, I scroll through our chat.
Yeah. Well, what else do you fellas want to talk about? So, I guess there's 3 more spots on my 53. Special teams, Cal Adamitis, Evan McPherson, who signed his 3-year, $16.5 million extension earlier for anybody that might have missed that. And then the punter, Brad Robbins, got hurt. So, because I think that was a good battle to watch, him and Ryan Rico. I think it's Rico's job as of now, especially with the injury, right? Because we were saying they were close, and maybe it would be Robbins for the holding. But now I'm thinking maybe it's Rico's job to lose, at least to start the season. We don't know. Have you guys heard anything about Brad Robbins?
I was just going to ask.
Dale, you're supposed to know this.
I did not message him. I should have. I apologize. I don't like to bother people, especially if they have an injury.
Yeah, I hear you. I don't know, man. That's what I don't like. It didn't sound good when he went off the field, right? And they said he was limping in the locker room or something. And maybe anybody else, okay, but we're talking about a guy whose leg is his
Well, they said hip
job.
flexor. They said hip flexor is what, like, that was on the day of that it could have been, but those can range apparently from the extent of them to like a week to a season. I get which a lot of injuries are like that. How bad is the tear or the sprain or the this or the that? Yeah, they called it a hip flexor, or they thought it was a hip flexor, but no clue the extent of it yet.
Tyler said something that I had said to you, Dale. It's like I asked you immediately when McPherson missed that 58-yard field goal. I said, who was holding that? And you said Rico. And I said, that's interesting because I think that if these two punters are neck to neck, and let's assume Brad Robbins is fine, right? If these two punters are neck to neck, like when they play this last preseason game, they both look good, right? And so if it comes down to holding that kick for Evan McPherson, it's going to be Brad Robbins because of the consistency. Because you remember last year, Brad Robbins was telling us on the show about how he's down there learning the just to hold. Just placing that ball is such a huge part that he didn't do in Michigan. So, Darren Simmons puts a lot of weight on that. So I do think it can come down to the place kicker holder guy.
But if Robbins is hurt currently and he can't play in these next couple games and Rico looks good in him, then that's going to give him a literal leg up.
Rico's going to get a lot of practice holding that ball in practice because Brad Robbins ain't. And I'm okay, man. Look, man, I want the best team they can get. I love Brad Robbins. He's been on our show. He's a friend of the show. If I see that guy in public, we dap it up, we hug. I want the best for him, but it's a business, right?
Yeah, and maybe he has to go on injury reserve and they reevaluate it. Like, we don't know yet.
I felt good for Drew Chrisman when I found out that he was going out there to try out for the 49ers. I felt good for the dude, but guess what, man? I don't.
At the end of the video, it said that they said no thanks, so that wasn't so good.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Sorry, Drew. Back to your moving company, Pink Zebra.
But yeah, good dude, and so is Robbins. And so he's saying, Paul's saying Robbins is overrated, especially with the new specialty. I mean, yeah, he didn't have a good season, and he admitted that when he came on the show.
Yeah, he owned it.
Yeah, and he's been working on the things that he needed to work on. But, I mean, I'm sure it's frustrating. Because he punted good in the first preseason game.
Dude.
And then had that injury in the middle of a competition. But, that does happen. And that's going to give all the opportunities if he's out this game tomorrow to Rico. Rico's going to get every opportunity to punt and hold.
Greg, what's the best ability?
What's the best ability?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Dale, what's the best ability?
Availability.
Availability, Greg.
Best availability.
Ever since that fucking orange out, Greg has been.
I know. Greg was doing great on the show. The fucking orange out happened. Now he won't quit staring at his goddamn phone and be part of the show.
Oh, just bought a hat now. Thank you. No. So best availability, Brad Robbins. How's everybody doing?
Well, you got 15 minutes to talk. Me and Chop will just sit back.
Right. We're going to order some shit now, Greg. It's your show.
Okay, cool.
Go ahead.
So anyway, for the game says tomorrow, I figured I'd do this, do that, order this, order that. But no, for the game tomorrow, this is what I want to happen. I just want a nice, clean game. Everybody just do what they got to do, win the game, get this, get that done, Just make sure everything's taken care of to win that game, Then we move on to the next game. Then the season starts.
That was 30 seconds.
Yeah, that was not 15 minutes.
14 minutes and 30 seconds.
Okay.
You need to ask us football questions and we won't answer.
Okay. What's the best? Is Chop Greg?
What?
I don't know.
Sorry, I'm putting in a bid on a shirt here.
No, it's okay. I've done that too.
Hold on. I got a good bid going on here. Trying to buy this orange.
Oh, I am a fan, Crip. That's why I went and ordered my stuff to get it all taken care of, man. I got to do what the Bengals tell me to do, buddy.
My orange hat. Oh, I need these orange socks.
Industry said, tell us a poop story. You're blowing it.
Well, I passed the church yesterday. It was pretty cool. I thought about pooping, but I can't. That's about it.
There's the chop cricket sounds.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, now I feel pressure to order a bunch of stuff while I'm pooping after the show.
I don't know what shirt I'm gonna wear. I don't even think I have an orange hat anymore.
No, I know. I ordered one from eBay, man. It was $16. I'm not rich like everybody else is. I got to get the cheapest I can find here, man.
Who the fuck is rich?
Yeah,
you
I'm
are
rich in cat litter. Like if cat litter was money, come on now.
Yeah, this is true. I'm with you on that, Chop. And also, like, teacher.
At least you get some cats.
I haven't said that in a while. Teacher.
Yeah, right. Yes.
That's all I got to say.
School teachers are getting paid way too much money.
Yeah, I'm waiting to sign my $20 million contract.
No shit, man. You should have held out, Dale. You should have been like,
when say, well, you weren't that fucking important.
You got to get your classroom ready there, Mr. Altman. You're like, look, I ain't getting my classroom ready. I need a new contract.
I'll be there, but I'm not participating.
Yeah, right. I'll be there, but I'm not.
I'll be there so you don't find me, but I'm not participating.
Hey, let me just address that real quick, man. Is people are worried about, I see that people are worried about Jamar Chase, and people are starting to get mad at Jamar Chase. And I can understand that. You know, a great point. I listened to Wayne Boxmiller yesterday, and a great point was brought up by him. If the Bengals were doing this to Jamar Chase, everybody would be pissed off at the Bengals. Now that we love Jamar Chase, and it's a 2-year. He's under contract for 2 years, and he's holding out a practice. You know, but everybody's not mad at him. But my point was not even that. My point was this man's putting in work when you don't see it. Am I worried about him coming out September? Let's say Jamar Chase doesn't fucking practice.
I want to hear more about this, Jolly, by the way.
I do want to hear.
I do want to hear this now.
I want to hear about that.
Continue.
I haven't done that yet, but I might after I hear your story.
That is incredible.
But anybody anybody that's worried about Jamar Chase coming in there September 8th, having never practiced with the team, if you're worried about that, come the fuck on. Watch the tape. This dude's got chemistry with Joe. You don't think he's working afterwards? He's doing shit. You're just not seeing it. It's not a part of the official practice. He's coming to the practices, helping the other guys too.
I will say I'm not worried about how Jamar will do when he gets back on the field. I just want him back on the field.
Yes.
You know, I want to make sure that hopefully whether it's a contract extension or he practices even for the week of the game. You know, exactly. I don't want it to be like, well, it's game time. Is he even going to play this week because he hasn't practiced? You know, it's coming down to like game day. That would when the panic, I think, would really set in because it's like, I want to get off to a good start. Right. And Jamar Chase is so fucking good.
Like if Chris Jones does
on the field, you know. Like that's where I'm at with it, but I'm not worried about Jamar when he's on the field.
No.
For sure.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like, somebody was even like, we should get rid of Jamar Chase and keep T. Higgins as our number one. We don't need him, and he's a cancer and all this stuff because he's holding out. And I'm like, what? This motherfucker does not know the team. He's not been paying attention.
In my head, I'm just going to say that Jolly back to this.
Right.
So for the audio listeners, Jolly, our buddy, said that he was drunk one time and pooped in a litter box.
Well, let me ask you this, Jolly.
And so we wanted more details, and he said the cat didn't know what to think. So in my head, I'm going to say that he was like, the cat's in there, and he's like, get the fuck out, cat. I got to fucking shit. Yeah. He throws the cat out, and he takes the shit in this litter box.
Right.
And then, but did you get your hands in there and cover it up? Did you
put the litter over it, or did the cat go in there and bury it for you? And then when you were done, did the dog eat it? We need to know things like that.
Well, an update: the cat wouldn't get in the box. He just kept circling like, "What the fuck, man?"
The whole time he was moving.
Feces. What the fuck? Well, probably even after when the shit was still in there, because he probably didn't clean up after himself because he's He was being a drunk cat.
Wait a minute. Is
That's
there
him.
picture evidence? Because if I shit in a litter box, I'd probably take a picture of it next day when I got up, maybe. I mean, I know he was intoxicated. Around here, I could take, there's 9 litter boxes here, so I could shit in 9 different litter boxes. I should do that because, like, my wife and
Chop,
kids
you
clean
walk
'em out.
upstairs and you could shit anywhere.
I'm gonna shit. Yeah, I could literally
'Cause
shit
it's a litter
anywhere
box.
in my house. There's a litter box nearby. Like if there's something good on TV and you don't want to leave, just take a shit in the litter box that's near the living room. Yeah,
Fair.
I should just do that for a prank. I'm gonna have to remember there's a litter box outside
I
my
just
bedroom.
thought Greg had the best pooping stories, but Jolly here.
Jolly beat me to the punch.
I need to make like a
he
TikTok
stepped
video
up.
if I do it. I'll shit in a litter box and then I'll set up like a little camera.
Yeah, Jolly, man. The dude,
And it
dude,
can
you got me beat.
record my wife cleaning that giant fucking turd out without me telling her. And she'll just see that giant shit in there and she'll think one of the cats did it.
Yeah, he said his brother found it the next morning, so it must have been at his
What
brother's
the
house.
fuck, man?
Damn, dude.
And what he did was he just blamed it on the cat.
Right? God damn. That
Like,
cat
I seen that cat fucking having some catnip and it was all fucked up.
that cat had an
And all of a sudden its
episiotomy.
shit was like human shits. It was crazy.
The cat had an episiotomy taking that shit. It had to cut it open to get that fucking turd out. Oh my God.
He didn't wipe, Paul.
How did don't know? You sprinkle some cat litter up on that. You throw a little bit on your ass. And it dries up, it kind of flakes off.
Yeah, he scooted his ass on
Either that or hey, maybe Jolly pinched that one off clean. You ever fucking take a shit and you wipe and there's nothing on there?
We may have completely jumped the shark this episode with this conversation.
Hey, this wouldn't be Bengals and Bruce.
That's the bruise part.
Right.
Oh, one more minor detail. Forgot to announce. Mullet's going.
Well, there goes our season.
What?
He's cutting the mullet.
Oh, what a fucking bitch.
You didn't even make it through the whole preseason, Greg.
Less than a year over. He was supposed to dye it
got
blonde,
no
and now he's
dedication.
cutting it. He's going to dye the
dedication.
mullet blonde, and now he's
Yeah.
cutting it. Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, now he's getting rid of the mullet.
Mom
Way to
wants
bury
a cut.
the lead, Greg.
My mom wants a cut. But then again, that might motivate me to keep it.
That's why I got this beard, man. My wife was like, I don't like it. And I was like, well, it's coming in now.
Well, see, the thing of it is, they say my mullet looks dry and all that, so I need to get some.
Maybe you need some Soul Glow.
I need to get some fancy shampoo conditioner.
Soul Glow. It won't be dull then. It'll be nice and shiny.
Yeah, I don't know.
Apparently, you
Soul
want
Glow.
the Bengals to win the fucking Super Bowl.
Right. You don't want that, Greg.
Hey,
You're like one of them goddamn Facebook fans.
hey, Dale. You know what, man? If you really want to win the Super Bowl, you would take the chip challenge, but you refused to do it one year.
Well, that's medical shit.
No.
Hair.
You're not a true fan, Dale. I see.
Look at this. Way to kick us in the nuts, Greg.
Right.
Greg runned it all.
Yes.
Sad face. No. See, look at this, Greg.
I'm just
the
fucking
Brew
with you.
Crew
I
has
just want-
spoken, and everyone's upset with this.
I'm just fucking with you. I just wanted to see what everybody's reaction would be.
Whew. That was a close one, guys.
Thank God. Jesus Christ.
I mean, we haven't even had the first game, and we almost lost the Super Bowl.
I didn't know everybody was gonna have a heart attack or something.
Are you still dying it blonde?
yes.
TB? I didn't get to 2,000 followers. So
You have to dye it blonde so that you can. I'm telling you that you got brown hair, so you got to go blonde, and then you can put the orange manic panic in it and have your orange hair, your orange mullet on the opening day.
What mama don't know won't hurt her.
Right.
Yeah.
That shit is temporary color, so it'll wash out.
I don't like lying to mama.
Yep. Mama said I got to have a buzz cut.
Yeah.
Well, what time is the game this week? Wade was asking. It's
One-
1, which was
1
news to me. We
Tomorrow.
They mentioned that before you hopped in here, Wade, and I was like, "Oh, it's at 1." I
It's
just
less
always
than-
assume preseason is 6.
Yeah,
or
Dale,
later.
you can't be drinking at night, Dale. You got to monitor the game tomorrow.
Less than 24 hours.
Yeah, and that's what I seen. Jackson Carmen
I'm good with
with a
it.
G with 3 penalties.
Well, you know what though?
GC3 shout out. The only start that's a good thing to mention. The only starter that I've seen that's playing is Dak / Turner. Whoever wins that
What
job,
about
they're
Chris
both playing.
Jenkins?
So He's not a starter.
You don't think he's a starter?
It's
Big
Rankins
game?
and BJ Hill.
Yeah.
Will be the starters. He'll play a lot.
I want to see
play
Chris
tomorrow.
Jenkins play a lot. He needs some reps.
He'll play tomorrow.
Good.
Anybody that's not like a locked-in starter will be playing, and I think that's where they're at with Dax and Turner.
Does Yoshi play, you think?
Well, I assume McPherson will play.
I don't want Yoshi to play. He's already proven enough. I think Yoshi's proven to be our slot receiver.
That will be interesting if they put Yoshi out there at all for a series or two.
Do you think it'll be just for a series or two, do you think, if any?
If they don't, I wonder if Charlie Jones will play where he just practiced and is just coming off that injury. That'll be interesting too. So definitely going to be looking at the wide receivers to see who plays.
Yeah.
Obviously, T won't play. Chase isn't playing.
Do you get Burton any snaps?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Burton's definitely
for
playing.
Burton. I bet Burton gets like fucking 10 catches.
Well, he's got Logan Woodside, which he had good chemistry with him in week 1.
Yeah.
He's got Logan Woodside and Rocky Lombardi. That's our only 2 quarterbacks for tomorrow also.
We're going to get to see Rocky Lombardi.
I mean, what if those guys – God, I hate to even say it, but what if those guys are unable to play at some point?
Well, we got
You're not going to tell CTB to go suit up.
Exactly.
Yeah. Throw the ball.
Juice. Get Chad to suit up.
Well, he's not on the roster.
Well, he'll be temporarily on the roster.
Hey, I was there, and I was at the game when Chad kicked the field goal.
Yeah.
Is this running backs like Travion GC3? I just want to make sure. But if it is, like Travion will play a lot. I wonder if Chase Brown will play because if they think Zach Moss is the starter, so what they do with running backs, but they do have Elijah. They have Elijah Collins and Noah Kane, so they have other running backs to play.
Who'd you say?
Elijah Collins.
No, I thought I heard another name.
No, you didn't. Not an LSU
Noah
guy.
You said Noah? Noah?
I know you love LSU. So.
I do love LSU. I honestly
He didn't do anything last week. I expect him to get a heavy workload. Him and Elijah Collins are definitely going to get the most work at running back for sure.
Yep, I agree. Paul says Burton's going to start the season. Did you see that?
He'll start at some point.
You go ahead. I won't not touch it. Hands free.
Yeah, I agree because I think if any of the top 3 go down at all, or just he works his way into being a starter at some point, but it won't be over Yoshi, will it, Greg?
No. Yoshi's going to be in the slot. Burton is going to be more outside. I think it's more if it's Chase or Higgins gets hurt. Now,
if anybody's dinged up, he's going to be the
if Yoshi got hurt and you should start in slot, would they then? Well, no, wait a minute. Yeah, then Chase would move into the slot more. Then they would have Burton on the outside if that happened.
They could do that, or maybe Burton will get up to speed with the slot. Or
get
halfway through the season,
or get Charlie Jones if he's healthy and ready. Get him in the slot. Who knows?
And they love Trenton though. That's the thing. So I don't actually. That would be a good prop bet. Will Burton start the season? Will Burton start a game this season? Because there's so many other guys that could keep him from being the starter.
Yeah.
He might play 50% of the snaps in a game if somebody's injured. But I don't know if he'd start. I could see him starting Trenton Irwin. I could see him starting Charlie Jones in the slot.
With my Burton prediction. I think Burton's going to be the 3rd wide receiver. I mean, maybe not at the beginning of the season, but I mean, he showed it the other day.
He did.
He showed it the other day, man. He had 81 yards, didn't he?
83, I think. Or
83 yards.
Well, 83 is
solid fucking hands.
Something like that.
Solid hands. He showed us what he's got. And, man, this is not a knock on Yoshi. I'm just saying. Burton is first-round talent. Yoshi's working his way up.
Andre Yosavash. Tell him, Greg. Don't let him disrespect your man.
No, man. I like Burton, too. I mean.
I like Burton too, but I'm just saying.
He's allowed to have his own opinion, buddy.
He's not allowed. You shut the fuck up, Chop. I've been playing Madden, and Andre Yosavash is a beast in the slot. I'm just going to say that.
Well, put Burton in there and see what happens.
I had Burton play some because T. Higgins got dinged up. It happened. Oh, my gosh. What would you think if this happened, Greg? They like Burton so much they traded Yoshi right after you got the jersey.
Oh,
not worried about that. Something I can't control.
Yeah, I think Burton's going to get a lot of snaps either way. And that's why I was saying it might be like he's technically not a starter in a game, but he's going to play a lot. And he should, because he showed his ability as a deep threat too. You throw the ball up to that man and he will go get it. T does the same thing. I think he's the T replacement next year, 100%. But even this year, I think he plays a lot. And I'm just excited about this wide receiver room.
So much.
Yes, me too.
Like that whole top 6 is damn near elite. Because, like, to me, Trenton Irwin, if somebody said, I'll give you a 3rd-round pick for Trenton Irwin, it wouldn't surprise me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he's worth that.
Let me ask you this.
I know he has 1-year contracts and this and that, but the dude is reliable.
Would you, I mean, if you're the GM and someone calls you right now, like, hey, we need Trenton Irwin, we'll give you a 3rd-round pick. You do it?
God, I'd have to think about it. And I'll tell you the reason. I'll tell you the reason. Tell you the only reason I think about it, because I love Kendrick Pryor. Yeah. And I think Keith Butler can play in the NFL.
And I like Cedric Jackson too.
Oh, shit. I didn't even mention Cedric Jackson earlier, Greg, when I mentioned Kwame Lassiter. I knew I was forgetting somebody. It was Cedric Jackson.
Dale, I'm the real brain here.
Hey,
I'm your assistant brain.
This wide receiver room is stacked, in my opinion.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Stacked.
That's why
that's why I would trade for a 3rd-round pick. I'm no idiot. I would say, give me the 3rd round.
Yeah, I would have to do it because that 3rd-round pick could turn into Joseph Osai, Sam Hubbard,
Jermaine Barton.
It could all Jermaine Burton. It could turn into a guy that never amounts to anything. But
Geno Atkins. Wasn't Geno Atkins 3rd round?
He was a 4th.
4th round.
Well, we could have got him in the 3rd because he was there in the 4th.
Michael Johnson.
And I hate, because I love Trenton, but yeah, like if we're really going to have that conversation, he would be like, if somebody really needed a receiver, Trenton Irwin, and I think Trenton Irwin deserves more snaps as a player.
I was just going to say that. Like, good for him.
Yeah, exactly.
If somebody's offering a 3rd-round pick, now let's not say it's happening, but if somebody's offering a 3rd-round pick for him, they're probably serious about him, and he's going to be like a starter.
If they give a 3rd-round pick, they're expecting him to play a lot.
Yeah, so good for him, man. Like these kids go to different teams, and I hope the best for them until they play us. Until they play us, and then I hope they still have a good game and their team loses.
But yeah,
unless they're like defensive end and they're known for sacking quarterback, I hope they don't have a good game.
But I don't think any of this will happen, and I think and our depth is amazing. But it's a fun little hypothetical to think and talk about. Would you do this? And like, yeah, for a second, because like we got an extra 3rd this year. Where Jesse Bates leaving. Thank God we ended up getting that, and we were able to get McKinley Jackson. And I know he's injured right now, but I think McKinley Jackson, especially losing DJ Reader, is a huge pickup because he was my 2nd best nose tackle, run defender type player, and he has a little pass rush juice.
I agree.
So I haven't heard any updates on his injury, but I hope he's back soon.
Right, week to week.
Well, no. So Dale, I saw this. Like I say, he's on the Vikings. America was discussed earlier. Now that they lost, their whole situation with the roster. Do you think, if they say, you know what, we'll take calls for Jordan Phillips, would you pick up the phone and make a phone call for someone like Jordan Phillips?
I mean, for any run stuffer, run stopper, defensive tackle, yeah. Like, and if it's a pick swap, like that was it. Who got traded the other day?
Harrison. He got signed by the Giants. He just signed with them, then he got traded. Jordan Phillips.
And it was like a pick swap.
Was it Jordan Phillips?
I don't know the exact name. But it was like a 6th, 7th round pick swap. Like I do that all day for a veteran-proven guy against the run. Yeah. Like,
well, Tier Tart.
You know whose spot I take, Greg? I take Zach Carter's roster spot.
Right, and you look at Tier Tart. Clearly, what do you think is going on with Tier Tart right now? Now I know he immediately signed with the Chargers. What do you think is going on with
Tartar? I know that Tony said he's switching back between us and Jice, and so on Jice's show, that guy's name is Tartar. And then after he says Tartar, he goes, I was listening to it yesterday, he's like Tartar.
That's what he calls
Tart. And then he goes, and then he doubles down, he goes, Tartar. He says, I think I'm saying that right. Tartar. Tartar. But I think I'm saying that right.
But no, seriously, what do you think was going on with Tier Tart? Because he just signed with the Dolphins and they cut him. You think it's an attitude issue? Or
well, that's what we heard, right? When the Bengals didn't sign him, that's what we heard because we were like, man, I'd bring him in and see what he can do. We need somebody.
Right.
We need D tackle depth. This was before the draft. It's clearly attitude for him to get cut.
Because he's got such good
time. And I think the Bengals were so turned off. That was all the reports that they're not interested.
No. Because they had their chance. They could have easily signed him. He didn't sign for weeks after he visited the Bengals. We had our chance with him.
Well, and we were even, exactly. We were even saying maybe whatever price he wanted comes down because he's not signing. And it never happened because I just think they did not like however that visit went, they did not like it.
Well, yeah, because I think they had the intentions of signing him because, hey, this is the last guy that he's got good talent, but then they visit him oh, we don't know if this fits now. You don't know.
Yeah, I figured it's the same thing. We're not even talking to him because we
I
already had
didn't
him
mean
in
to
and
put that comment up. But thank you for liking our show.
Oh. He is our friend, though. Jice is our friend.
Yeah, he's a good.
And I'm not making fun of him. I'm just fucking with him as a friend.
Yeah, I love Jeff.
Don't be getting all butthurt, Jice.
Jeff's awesome. Jeff's awesome.
Yeah, I think that's it. Austin, because I'm with you, man. I felt the same way during free agency. I'm like, man, just sign this guy, before the draft and stuff. We need D tackles. We lost Reader. We need this. Sign him. You get him for a decent price. But yeah, clearly the Bengals didn't like what he's about. And then the team he signed with, the Dolphins, didn't like what he's about and cut him already. To get cut this early says a lot.
Yes.
So I just think the Bengals aren't interested at all. And I think they would rather have what they have. And like I said, you still got guys that I didn't even put on my 53 projection. Jay Tufele, Maxwell, the Davis kid, Dominic Davis. I think he's hurt right now, maybe. But from last year that flashed in the preseason, Travis Bell, who I didn't have on my 53, but said if McKinley Jackson's out a while, could make it. I think that, that they would rather stick with those guys than just bring some guy in that has an attitude issue.
Exactly. Right. I think, I agree.
I totally agree, Dale. Like I said, I wonder if the Bengals, because James Rapine I watched said, would I pick up the phone? Yeah, because I wonder if the Bengals consider, but just goes to show you. I know he immediately signed with the Chargers, but like I say, man, that really caught my attention. But like you said, man, if there is a trade out there, make a Reggie Nelson type of trade for the season. If you can, it doesn't hurt to give it a try.
Well, we'll see what happens on cut down day.
Yeah, exactly. Well, cut down day, definitely something to keep an eye on, Chop.
Yeah.
All right, fellas, we did a little extended show, almost an hour and a half here.
Oh, that's
appreciate
nice.
Everybody that tuned in. You guys are awesome. I really do appreciate each and every one of you that tuned into this crazy show. We love talking Bengals. We love having a good time. We love bullshitting at times.
I love the Brew Crew. I love our people.
Yeah, for sure. We'll give you BSG dancing to close this show out.
Friday.
And he already gave it to you live. So if you didn't catch it live, you can go back and watch it on YouTube. Just sometimes put it on and get the views up. Tell a friend. Tell somebody, just tell them subscribe.
Yeah.
You don't even have to watch it. Just subscribe. We don't care.
Paul says, tell Jice his mic. Yeah, his mic is always lower than his guest. Yeah. You're right.
But I appreciate each and every one of you, man. You guys were incredible today. We'll be back on Monday for sure. Maybe we'll do a pop-up show Saturday. Because the game's at 1, maybe we'll do a show tomorrow. Fuck it. That's subscribe on YouTube because it could be a pop-up show tomorrow. Could get on here and bullshit and have some fun, man. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. Hooday, baby. Let's watch Greg dance.
Hey.
Bengals and Brews, the podcast crew. Della Open, Orange Arrow, Poacher 2. Greg Luther, Big Savage, Dog King, Yoshi Lava, they bring the sing. Cincinnati Bengals, the pride of the city. Join the fun with Poacher Policeman.